Hi friends, in this module we will discuss on chapter 3 admission of a partner, question number 41 to 43. Before we move on to the question, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do subscribe so that you can get notified whenever a new topics are posted on YouTube. Let's move on to question number 41. X and Y are partners in a firm. On 1st April 2017, they admitted Isit as a new partner and new profit sharing ratio is agreed as 3:2:1. Their balance sheet disclosed Workmen compensation reserve amounting to rupees 1 lakh on this date. Show the accounting treatment if claim for workmen compensation is estimated at 1,20,000. 2. Claim for workmen compensation is estimated at 90,000. Okay, so here we have two partners, X and Y. The profit sharing ratio is not mentioned, and they admitted a new partner, Z, and after admitting the new partner, the new profit sharing ratio is 3:2:1. Okay, the balance sheet of the firm before the admission shows a working capital reserve fund of 1 lakh. Okay, there are two scenarios here. One, there is a claim for workmen compensation and it is estimated at 1,20,000. So if there is a claim, what will be the journal entry? So if there is a claim, either way we will have to write off workmen compensation reserve fund. So workmen compensation reserve fund account will be debited for 1 lakh rupees. Here the claim is for 1,20,000. We have only a workmen compensation reserve fund of 1 lakh and the claim is 1,20,000. So here we are incurring a loss of 20,000, which we will put on revaluation account. So revaluation account debit 20,000. Then we have to create a provision for the claim which of 1,20,000 here. So do provision for workmen compensation claim, that is 1,20,000. Now since there is a revaluation account involved, profit or loss on revaluation has to be distributed to partners' capital on the original profit sharing ratio. Now the question haven't mentioned the original profit sharing ratio, so we are assuming that the original profit sharing ratio is 1:1. Okay, now we have revaluation account 20,000. So it's going to be, there is a loss of 20,000, so X capital account debit, Y's capital account debit to revaluation account. So revaluation account is 20,000. If it is divided in 1:1 ratio, it's going to be 10,000 and 10,000. Then we move on to the second scenario. Claim for workmen compensation is estimated at 90,000. So here workmen compensation fund is 1 lakh rupees and the claim is only 90,000. So in this case, again workmen compensation reserve fund account will be debited for the full value, which is 1 lakh. There is a provision to be created for 90,000 because the claim is for 90,000. So provision for workmen compensation claim 90,000. Then 1 lakh minus 90,000, the balance of 10,000 rupees is to be divided among the partners in the old profit sharing ratio. So 2x capital to y's capital. $10,000 1:1 ratio, it's going to be 5,000 and 5,000. So we completed question number 41. Let's move on to question number 42. A, B, C are partners sharing profits in 2:2:1 ratio. On 1st April 2017, they admitted Z for 1/4 share. On the date of admission, the following items appeared in their balance sheet. They have general reserve, workman compensation reserve, profit and loss account, credit balance, advertisement suspense account, debit balance. Pass necessary journal entries. Okay, so we have three partners here, A, B, and C. Their profit sharing ratio is 2:2:1. They admitted a new partner Z for 1/4 share in the profit, and before the admission they checked the balance sheet, and the balance sheet had these items. Okay, there is a general reserve for 1,50,000. There is a workman compensation reserve for 40,000. There is a P&L account credit balance 60,000. Then we also have advertisement suspense account debit. So advertisement suspense, it's a deferred expense, so that is a debit balance which is 25,000. So in this case, whatever we have on the liability side of the balance sheet, which is general reserve, workman compensation, P&L, we will be crediting partners capital. This is going to increase their partners capital. Whatever is on the debits, on the debit balance, advertisement suspense, on the asset side, it's going to reduce the capital balance. So the journal entry, yes, we can do this on a single journal entry. The journal entry will be general reserve account debit 1,50,000, workman compensation reserve account debit 40,000, P&L account debit 60,000. Now advertisement expense is a debit balance, so we have to credit it to advertisement suspense account 25,000. Now there is 1,50,000 plus 40,000 plus 60,000. It's going to be 2,50,000 minus 25,000, which is 2,25,000. Now 2,25,000, we have to divide it in the profit sharing ratio between the old partners, which is 2:2:1. So it's going to be 2/5, and again it's the same thing, and then 2,25,000 into 1/5. So then if we take the partners capital to A's capital to B's capital to C's capital, 2,25,000 into 2/5, it is 90,000. And B is also the same ratio, 2,25,000 into 2/5, it is 90,000. And for C, it is 2,25,000 into 1/5, which is 45,000. That's it. We solved this question with one single journal entry. Question number 42 is completed. Let's move on to question number 43. P and Q were partners sharing profits in the ratio of 2:1. On 1st April 2017, they admitted R as a new partner, and the new profit sharing ratio of PQR is agreed at 3:1:1. R bought in 2 lakh rupees as his capital and 60,000 as his share of premium for goodwill. On the date of R's admission, the balance sheet of P and Q showed a credit balance of rupees 45,000 in profit and loss account and workman compensation reserve of 80,000. It was agreed that there was a claim of workman compensation for 50,000. Past necessary journal entries. Okay, so in this case, we have two partners, P and Q. Their profit sharing ratio is 2:1. They admitted a new partner R. R is to bring 2 lakh rupees as his capital and 60,000 rupees as his goodwill. Okay, after admitting R, the new profit sharing ratio between P, Q and R is 3:1:1. And at the date of admission, there is a balance sheet and it shows a P&L account credit balance of 45,000 and working capital reserve balance of 80,000. It is also mentioned that there is a claim on this workman compensation reserve of rupees 50,000. Now we need to pass journal entries. First, because there is R is bringing 2 lakh rupees as capital and 60,000 as goodwill, first we need to find the sacrifice or the gain ratio here. Okay, so let's find that. Sacrifice or gain ratio. So here we have P, its original share is 2/3, which is here, and the new share is 3/5, that is equal to 1/15. So there is a sacrifice here. For Q, it is original share is 1/3 minus new share 1/5, that is equal to 2/15. So there is a sacrifice here. So sacrificing ratio between Q and P and Q is 1:2. Okay, now let's start doing the journal entries. First journal entry is writing of P&L account balance and working capital reserve balance. Okay, so P&L account, there is a credit balance, so P&L account should be debited with 45,000 rupees. Then we have a working capital reserve balance of 80,000. So working capital reserve account debit 80,000. Then there is a claim of rupees 50,000. So we have to create a provision for claim. So to provision for workman compensation claim 50,000. And after the claim, the remaining amount has to be distributed to the old partners in the old profit sharing ratio. So to P's capital to Q's capital. That is 45,000 plus 80,000 minus 50,000, which is 75,000. We have 75,000. This 75,000 we are going to divide it in the profit sharing ratio is 2:1. So it will be 2/3 and 1/3. That is 50,000 in P's capital and 25,000 in Q's capital. That's one journal entry. Now the second part is the new partner is bringing in capital of 2 lakhs and 60,000 of goodwill. So we need to pass an entry for that. Bank account debit $2,60,000, which is 2 lakh capital and 60,000 goodwill, to R's capital 2 lakhs to premium for goodwill 60,000. Now this premium for goodwill has to be distributed among old partners in sacrificing ratio. So premium for goodwill account debit 60,000 to P's capital to Q's capital. And what's the sacrificing ratio? We have the sacrificing ratio here, which is 1:2. So as per the sacrificing ratio, it will be 20,000 in P's capital and 40,000 in Q's capital. So we completed question number 43. So friends, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do subscribe so that you don't miss out on the further questions.